What's up, guys? Man, what a crazy news week. We had Lucas Myrtl, super agent, being clipped by the Lawrence brothers. Who saw that coming? But Lucas is fighting back. And the Lawrence camp, they have some explaining to do. Hayden Deegan has put himself in a must-win situation with all the injuries in the West, but I'll get into that. And Arenacross is back in Oklahoma tonight. You can watch Arenacross in Oklahoma. You can watch it on the app, Arenacross All Access. If you want to watch some good racing, Arenacross. I love it. As a fan, I get to watch Arenacross on Friday night and Supercross on Saturday. What a great weekend we got coming up. Check out Nano-Extreme. Right now, they're at the CrossFit Games down in South Beach, and everybody is using the cream. And those CrossFitters, you know they have a lot of pain. They are blown away with how good this stuff works. Check out my Instagram. I posted, a lady tried it, came back and said, I got to buy some. This is amazing. I've never had anything like this. It is that good. Head over to Nano-Extreme, use code COOKSY for free shipping. Check out the Coach Rob Podcast Network. My friend and genius, Coach Rob, is bringing on athletes post-career to find out what's next. He's got Connor Fields, Jeremy Martin, Ryan Hughes, and he'll be doing a whole bunch more. Add that to his amateur podcast and also his Vet Racer podcast. Coach is ramping it up. Head over to the Coach Rob Podcast Network and check out all his content.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
So let's start with the Lucas Mirtl breaking news. The fact that he was accused of embezzlement / stealing, misappropriation of funds. This sucks. This is rough. And I know exactly what they're accusing him of. And it was wrong. But it wasn't to the level. They've been laying in wait. This is a setup. I'm telling you guys, I believe this is a setup. Lucas believes that they did this to get out of his salary and being a part of the 1.7 million on the books each year. And they might have. Man, the people at Wasserman are dirty. Just drop a Google search. Don't take my word for it. Google Casey Wasserman. This guy was on the Epstein list. This guy is part of the Olympic committee, the one in California, the 2028 Olympics. Well, I happen to remember just recently, California had some fires, and a lot of that was tied to a weird rebuild that they might want to do. Well, Casey Wasserman is right in the heart of that crap. This guy is connected with all those people. Do you not believe that this guy would do something this dirty? Absolutely. These people are scumbags. He is a Democratic donor. He's friends with Bill Clinton. I'm telling you, there is some evil people out there. And I know people are, oh, Cooksy, you got your tinfoil hat. This is crazy. Why would they set him up? How is Feld and MX Sports involved? You know what? A few years ago, I would have agreed with you. I'd have said, yeah, if I heard anyone say the things that I'm saying, I'd be like, this dude's off his rocker. He's a kook. But knowing what they've done to me, the fact that Feld has used the CIA in the past to mess with a journalist, the fact they sent the FBI to my house, they tried to make me a terrorist here in Las Vegas. These are things they've just done to me, a YouTuber. I can't even imagine the lengths that people would go to eliminate a possible threat. So is Feld or MX Sports involved with Lucas Myrtl? I don't know. I really don't. I have no idea. But you ask why I draw those conclusions? Because I've seen what they're capable of. They are some evil people who are playing chess, and they take advantage of people, and they eliminate anyone they could see as a problem. And a guy like Lucas Myrtl, who speaks his mind, who doesn't let people steamroll him, he could be a problem. So getting him out of the way, yeah, that actually helps him quite a bit. That actually eliminates the threat of a powerful agent who holds the keys to two of the biggest stars in the sport in the Lawrence brothers. You get him out of the way, you don't have to worry about somebody coming in and really making sure that the riders and teams get a piece of this entertainment contract that is coming next year. Is that the case? Or is this Wasserman just being greedy, getting rid of Lucas Myrtl? I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. But I'm telling you, that's why I say the things that I say, because I know what they've done to me. And like I said, I get it. It sounds crazy. It sounds crazy what they've done to me. And if I hadn't seen it and been a part of it firsthand and seen what they're capable of, I'm with you. I would call myself crazy. But as I looked into this guy, Casey Wasserman, wow. He is rubbing elbows with all the same people who have done all these evil things in our country the last 4 years. He's a major part of it. So yeah, do I trust anything that Wasserman says or does? Absolutely not. And Lucas did make a mistake. He's a guy that is so busy. Have you ever seen him? He's always on the phone. He's flying here, flying there. He's had so much on his plate because he works his ass off. If you remember Coach Rob on my show talking about, Lucas Mirtl, and he's like, nobody works harder than Lucas. And that's true. Lucas works so hard. He has fought and clawed to get into the position he's in. And I do find it disgusting that these people are instantly dancing on his grave. Like, oh yeah, screw him. He's a horrible guy. Yeah, he's made some enemies on the way up, but he fights for his clients till the end. And that's why the Lawrences, this makes me so, this is a character check. These guys and this family, they came from humble beginnings, and Lucas was there in the beginning. He was a major, major part of bringing them here and making sure they had the success that they have right now. And for them to turn on him so quickly at his time of need, when he's going through a divorce, when they know how hard he works and how all over the place he is, and how he's busting his ass to protect them and to grow them, and for them to take this one error, and it was an error in judgment in Lucas's corner, but if they had asked him about it, he has an explanation that makes sense. Hang tight, we'll see where this goes, but I'll tell you what, I am very, very disappointed that the Lawrence family, who called Lucas Mirtl family, turned on him like that without even giving him so much as a chance to explain. And they know what he's going through. I'm disappointed. I will never look at the Lawrence family as these humble people anymore, who they were. They are no longer that. They have changed. They are not good people. And the fact that they would turn, loyalty is something I take very seriously. And I give people around me a leeway and a loyalty. I don't care if the people around me make mistakes and do wrong things. If they can explain it and own it, I'm fine. But if you lie, cheat, steal, or turn on me, I'm sorry. Loyalty is very important. And this shows none on the behalf of the Lawrence camp. And that's what's so disappointing about this whole situation. But don't get lost in this whole thing. Jet and Hunter still have to go out and do their jobs. They have to go out and race. And there's Tomac, Webb, and Sexton. They don't care what's going on with the Lawrence family off track. They just want to kick their ass on the track. And Tomac is on fire. He looks as good as I've ever seen him in his career. Sexton was so fast in San Diego. He started last after he went down, had that horrible first lap. Closing out that first lap, he was 15 seconds behind the leaders. In that main event, he finished 20 seconds behind the leaders. Remember how fast Eli and Jet were riding? Even going through the entire field, Sexton was only a few seconds behind them. That's crazy. That means he's going to be a contender. He's got to stop making those mistakes. But he did rebound pretty well from this mistake. And if he's anywhere there near the start, he is a potential to win on any given night. That merchant of speed is back. And then you take Cooper Webb, who wasn't feeling well. Once he starts, he's going to race himself into shape. We're going to know at some point, all of a sudden, Cooper Webb isn't going to fade halfway. He's going to be there the whole time. And he's going to be a real pain in these guys' ass. And he's staying right there within striking distance points-wise. Don't forget about Webb. Don't sleep on him. At any moment, he's going to wake up. And I don't know if people are going to boo Jet, because it seemed like social media yesterday was just looking to bury Lucas Mirtl. They weren't looking too far into this. Nobody gave him a lot of leeway when it comes to his side of the story. They immediately just sided with, he's a thief, screw him. Everybody piled on. I truly don't think that's the case. I don't. And I think as time goes on and the truth comes out, and if Lucas Mirtl is redeemed, it is going to look so bad for the Lawrences. And if they thought they were hated before, now they actually might be. And some big news at the Pierre Group, or KTM. Stéphane Pierre, the president, CEO, founder of the company, the main man, stepped down yesterday. This, while it sucks to see a guy leave his company that he's put his whole life into, at the same time, this is probably, I think this could be a good thing. This tells me the bank has put stipulations on the recovery, and they're probably going to allow the company to keep doing their restructure. So I think that means that's positive for the teams. And I think that at least guarantees we get through the season with all these guys. We're going to have to see how it plays out because it's a very fluid situation. I did get news that they have plans to close a subsidiary in Mexico. So, I mean, it's not like this company in a year or two is going to look far different. They're going to have a lot of different investors. So I don't know what that's going to mean for the racing teams long term. Short term, I think they'll be okay. And there is a chance of rain on Saturday night. It's very, very slim, and I expect a dry race, and I sure hope it is. I love the dry races. Mud races, I know some of you guys like them. I don't. I don't mind 1 or 2 a year, but I just like to see the guys go out there in the best conditions and find out who's the best. Check out Ride Strapped, best goggle company, glasses, shirts, and we'll be doing the Cooksey Cookout at Daytona during Bike Week. So check it out. Ridestrap.com, goggles, glasses, and shirts. Precision Transport is the best shipping company that I've ever dealt with. They are so cool. Family owned. They believe in customer service, reasonable pricing. If you have to ship anything using a truck, hit up Precision Transport. Best company out there. Pretransport.com. Motobilia. This is a memorabilia site that has motorcycles, jerseys, paintings, anything that you want to decorate your man cave or whatever you want. There are some of the coolest motocross memorabilia you'll ever see. And wait till you see the giveaway next month that we've got from Motobilia. It is a classic item that you're going to be like, wow, I can't believe you're actually giving that away. It's pretty cool. So head over to Motobilia and check out that site. In the 250 class, the West Coast has been decimated by injury. Decimated. First, Levi Kitchen went out with an illness. Now Garrett Marchbanks is out. I think with an illness. They're saying an injury, but I'm sorry. The way he looked after that heat race and after the main event, I'm sorry. I think Garrett is tired. I texted him. He hasn't texted me back, but I think it is a illness fatigue issue for Garrett Marchbanks, but he's out. And then, man, I don't know what's going on with Ryder DeFrancisco. I know he was injured yesterday practicing. I do not know how bad. It didn't sound good. So it looks like Ryder D's out. Styles Robertson has got this nagging wrist injury that he jammed in San Diego. He's going to take a couple weeks off and see if he can get that healed after they have the little break, because they go Anaheim, Glendale, and then they go back east, I think, for a week, and then they race again. So he's got a few weeks there to try and get this wrist to where it needs to be. Then you add Ty Masterpool's out. We lost Avery Long and Talon Hawkins last week to some ugly injuries for the AEO KTM team. And then we've got Joe Shimoda. Joe Shimoda's got those fingers. He's going to try and race. Man, this scares me. I really do not want Joe to go out there and cause any more damage to that hand or riding compromised to cause an injury to somebody else. I get scared when guys do this. I know it's a toughness thing and everybody wants to prove how badass they are. Joe proved it last week. I don't think he's going to win this title. And I would say, if I were in his camp, I would say, you know what? You're sitting out the next 2 weeks until they at least have the break, and you can come back after that. But I would sit him down and let this thing heal and come back and try and race for wins instead of just riding around trying to salvage for 5th place, possibly causing more damage to his hand. And with all these injuries, Hayden Deegan, he's kind of in a must win. When you get this many contenders who have dropped, you're not going to see huge point swings. If he falls, right now he's 10 points down. If he loses 3 more to Julian, that's 13 points. Then if he loses at Glendale, that's 16 points. That's assuming he gets 2nd place. And while it's not the end all, and he could lose both those races and still win this title, he has definitely put himself in a situation where it's time. He has got to get a win, or it's going to be dangerously close to, letting this championship get out of reach for him. Julian Beaumer, Juju, all he has to do is continue doing exactly what he's doing. He has proved he can run up front. He has proved he can close out a victory. Now, can he beat Deegan when Deegan doesn't have issues? Can he beat Deegan at Deegan's best? If he can, wow, that will be something. Right now, that's the last thing left that he needs to kind of prove to himself and everybody else, is that when Deegan gets a start and is right there with him, that he can beat him heads up. If he can, whoa, we got ourselves a real rivalry between Juju and Hayden Deegan. Don't forget Jordan Smith. We got Jordan Smith out there on that Triumph looking good. He's desperately trying to get them their very first win. On any given night, Jordan Smith can make it happen. Like I said, he is fun to watch. He is a human highlight reel. One thing about Jordan is he sends it. He's a lot of fun to watch. And like I said, on any given night, he can get in the mix, and he thinks he should beat both Juju and Hayden. We got 3 really good riders, but this championship right now is pretty much down to those 3. And tonight, Arenacross in Guthrie, Oklahoma. This is one of my favorite rounds. It's only a Friday night round. Usually they do the doubleheaders. They go Friday, Saturday. It's just Friday in Guthrie, Oklahoma. And this is a big track. They have so much more space. This is almost like a Arenacross Supercross. And we got Vince Friese and his teammate Ryan Brees on the MCR Hondas. And then you got Michael Hicks. Michael Hicks is so underrated. This guy just went and did really good in the German Supercross. He won one of the main events that I watched, finished out the whole weekend. They do like 3 days of racing, And he finished out second overall to some really good guys. He got beat by Gregory Aranda, but I mean, he beat Dean Wilson, Jordy Tixier. Michael Hicks is for real. And on this a little bit bigger track, this is going to resemble that German Supercross that he just competed in. It's very close as far as the track size and kind of the layout. So watch Michael Hicks, man. I don't like that he's riding both the electric and the gas bike. I feel like he's going to get worn out. So I don't know if he's going to be there all night. But this kid is super talented. I'm telling you, whatever it is, he has it. And if I was one of these teams, I would be looking at bringing him over to Supercross. Thank you, members. Oh, and I did a special little show, and I'm going to try and give you guys a little extra, the members. Sometimes I have information. It's not verified or it's kind of rumor. I will give you guys, the members, that. That's for you guys only. Please don't share. That's unverified stuff. That's my opinions. But I will give that specifically to you guys. I'm going to try and do more of that type of content just for you guys. And you're also entered to win a set of Alias gear. Pant, jersey, glove. We're giving it away next week. So one of the members, all you have to do is join as a member and you're automatically entered in the drawing and you'll win